I know that we are all in mourning. I know that we are angry, we are frustrated, we are going through all of the signs of grief, and we deserve to. But here's the thing, it's going to be really, really easy if we are not careful. It's going to be really, really easy for us to get caught up in survival, in fear. It's going to be really, really easy for us to get sucked right down to their energy. And their energy gives you that. So I don't know about you, but I don't want that. And I don't want to get sucked into it. And the only way that we are going to actually win this fight is if we all collectively raise our vibrations. We have to, because this is this is a fight. It's almost like a fight that's like light and dark. Like it's legit. It's a fight of like good and bad. Like the energy is at a different level than what we are used to feeling. And I feel like this is a time of preparation. And I was trying to explain this to my mom yesterday, and I sometimes when I start getting into the energy stuff, I kind of lose her a little bit. But I was trying to explain that we're on this we're in this preparation phase. And this is the time where we have to very, very consciously be extremely careful about where we are putting our energy, who we are putting it into, what we are doing with it, the words coming out of our mouth, what we are choosing to respond to, believe. We have to protect our energy at all costs because we have to keep it high, because if we let it sink, we don't have a chance. I'm literally getting like Harry Potter vibes, right? And I read Harry Potter once, like 20 some years ago. Like, I'm not a Harry Potter follower or expert by any means, but like I'm book 7. Like when it's dark, it's twisted, it's very much good versus bad, light versus dark. And if you are feeling what I am feeling, because here's what I think, and there's a lot of channeling coming in and through right now, you guys. So be patient with me as I stop and circumvent things. But this is how I'm seeing it. There's 3 levels. We're all in the human form, and energy isn't linear. Time isn't linear, although that's how we experience it, right? And I don't know about anybody else, but on election night, it almost felt like we shifted timelines. Like we were supposed to win. But then too much of the collective lost hope. They dropped their vibration. They started fighting back, clapping back, yelling, engaging with that low energy, which dropped their vibrations, which changed the outcome that we are experiencing in reality. Okay. And so when I say this, like this is how I see it. I see three lines. There's on the top, it's us. It's bright. It's light. The vibration is so fucking high. This is the safe space. Everybody and anybody is welcome. There is no hate. It doesn't exist. And on the bottom, way down here, it's MAGA, alt-right, KKK, white supremacy, Trump's followers. It's all hate. It's dark. It's black. It's pitch black. There's no love. There's no acceptance. It is evil, like bone chillingly evil. So we've got up high and we've got down low, but then we've got this entire center in between the two. And in this middle section is the human. This is where almost everybody that, so many people that we love live and stay. This is where most people we interact with on a day to day, this is where they're sitting. They don't believe that there's anything to worry about. They don't have the same fear. They're not happy he won. They're not MAGA. They're not Trumpers, but they don't see the devastation the way we do, because in their mind, they only know what they've always known. And what they've always known is that one man in the seat of president doesn't actually have that much power. But what we know is that that's about to change, because that one man is about to take down all the guardrails of checks and balances. And everybody in the middle is like, he can't do that. He can't do that. Don't, you're worrying yourself sick, and don't do that because he can't. Legally, he can't, but he will. And so that's some of the people here. Some of the people here in the middle, they voted for Trump because they truly don't know better. They're not evil people. They're not bad people. They are uneducated. They are indoctrined. There has been so much lies and so much propaganda, and they've never been taught critical thinking skills, because confident critical thinkers are the greatest threat to the evil. Free thinkers have always been prosecuted. Always. They've always been persecuted. They've always, think about it. Think about all of your free thinkers and the way the world always came after them for centuries, because they saw things differently, because they wanted to prove things differently, because they weren't buying into what was being told to them, which is, it's an obstacle to battle. Sometimes people want to know who to trust. My answer is always, don't trust somebody who tells you what to think. Don't trust them. Don't trust anyone who tells you there's an absolute, because critical thinkers and free thinkers are always open to hearing another side. They're always open to seeing another possibility. They are always open and looking for the other side. So there's a whole lot of people who voted for Trump, but they're not really Trumpers. And we have sworn them off, and we have told them that they're not welcome in our life. And I'll tell you, as much as I don't stand by that statement, I stand by it. And I stand by it completely, because right now we do not have any extra energy to give. And if we are giving energy at any level to them, it's diminishing our higher vibrations. And we can't do that. Your vibrations will rest with those that you surround yourself with. So if you are a high vibration, but you're surrounding yourself with middle vibrations, guess what? You are going to drop to a mid vibration real quick. So you have to stay with the high vibrations, okay? High energy. I did not start this out to be a channeling. It's strange. I really, that was not my intent, and then it came in so quickly, and it's kind of thrown me off a little bit. There's going to be people in the middle who are going to say that they're going to make excuses. They're going to stay in the middle. There's going to be bombs going off, and they're going to just keep going to work every day like nothing's going on. Like the house isn't burning. They're not going to get out. And we have to accept that that's their choice. And that's okay. There are going to be some people in the middle who are going to go along with whatever they are told, because one, it's human nature. And two, they're fearful. So they will not stand up. So when they are told to join his team of soldiers, they're going to join his team of soldiers. When they are told to snitch on their neighbor, they're going to snitch on their neighbor. Hands down. But there are people in the middle who are going to rise. There are people in the middle who voted for him, and they are going to be so blindsided because they're going to literally sit and say, I didn't see this coming. And for us up here, it's going to be like, what the fuck do you mean you didn't see this coming? We've been fucking telling you. We've been telling you. What do you mean you didn't see it coming? But they truly won't have seen it coming. But when push comes to shove, when the blinder finally comes off, when whatever it is that rips their eyes open and they can't unsee it, they are going to rise. And it's going to be an instantaneous rise. Like it's going to be like they're not going to go through the trials, tribulations, and growth that some of us have had to experience in order to get to this level. I mean, they are just going to go skyrocket straight up. And some of that's going to be because we are going to give them that power to do so. We are going to lend them some of our energy to get them up there because we need every piece of energy who aligns with us in entirety. And I don't know what the plan is yet. I don't know how we fight it yet. And we're not supposed to know that yet. But I do know that the light always wins. I know that we are the light and we cannot give up. We cannot walk away. And if you have this vibration, if you have this calling, then you also understand that we genuinely do not have the choice to decide that we're just going to go on with our life. It's not a choice for us. We don't have an option. And that was the conversation I had with my mom yesterday. I don't have a choice. So if push comes to shove, however this goes down, I will go where I'm called. I will do what is needed. And that will take precedence over being a mother. And I do not say that lightly. I say that because if I don't put this above being a mother, what kind of world am I leaving my kids in? The way I feel right now, I would pack if it was a possibility, I would pack my parents and my 2 kids up and I would send them somewhere else in the world. And I would stay here because I won't pass this fight on to somebody else. I am supposed to be a part of this fight. And I will. And I know there are a lot of people who are going to watch this and they're not going to get that. They're going to think I'm fucking crazy. I get it. I do. But when you've been called for something, you don't get a choice. You don't get a say. And I truly believe that that's what's going on right now. I think a lot of us are being called into our positions. And right now, the universe is busy assigning, aligning, planning, arranging. I'm not sure. I don't know what the correct word is. I don't really know what the universe does. I just know that she's doing her thing. Okay. And there's a window of time. And I know that in order to keep our vibrations high, in order to fulfill the purpose that we have been put here to fill, because each and every one of us, if you are feeling what I'm feeling, then your entire life you've known that you are meant for something more, for something bigger, for something that changes the fucking game. You were not put here to go work at the bank. Okay? So if you're feeling that, and I'm feeling it with you, know that we're all feeling that. And very quickly, since I was little, I was a little girl when I decided that the patriarchy had to fall. But see, now I grew up and my parents are lovely people. They've done the absolute best they can. There are not 2 people in the world who have more love to give a family. But as amazing as my parents are, I grew up very blue collar. They don't understand taking risks. They only understand trading time for money to build someone else's empire. That's all my parents understand. And their perspectives have shifted greatly since I came into their life 42 years ago. But growing up, they didn't encourage me to pursue so many of the things I felt. and they didn't validate a lot of those things. So what I ended up doing was kind of closing down that part of me. And I tried really, 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 really hard, excuse me, to fit into traditional society. But guess what? I don't fucking fit. I don't fit in traditional society. Oh well. Oh well. And so there's things I would have done differently growing up if I had had the encouragement, because I've always known that part of my role, part of my purpose on this earth is to help the patriarch fall. It's all about social justice. And I feel that so heavily in my heart. But what I've struggled with over years and years and years is, well, how do I make that happen? And what I didn't realize at the time, see, if I could go back, if I could study energy and vibrations way before I actually got there on my own, I would understand why all of my coaching programs, which were fucking kick ass programs, but why I couldn't sell them and why they were failing and why people were looking at me like I had three heads, because I was talking to people who were like way down here. They were not at my vibrational level. So when I was talking about like bringing down the patriarchy, they were literally in their mind, they're like, oh, she hates men. Nope. So now it's all coming into alignment. Now it's all coming together. Okay. And we will not leave this earth until we've gotten every single thing that we get. But I'm getting this. Whew, this is a weird energy that just came through. It's a weird feeling. It like came in at my gut and like straight up and through my mouth and through my voice. And the energy that it held was that we will get everything we've ever wished for. We will have all the abundance. The rewards will be so plentiful. But it might not be on this timeline. But the manifestation that we do now carries with us. I have this really weird vision. And I know it's gonna sound bizarre if you're not into all of this, but what I see happening is I see us, I see things becoming destroyed and getting very, very, very dark. It's like decimate. Like I literally see like land with like bombed buildings. Okay. And that's not to scare you, because that doesn't necessarily mean like, it doesn't necessarily correlate to what will happen. Um, but then I see us literally, instead of dying a traditional death where our soul then ascends and waits for our next contract and our next life, that's not what I see happening this time. I see us literally shifting into another timeline where we pick up on Tuesday with the win. Fuck. I know, it sounds crazy. And we pick right back up and we have the votes and we win and we watch all the shit change and he fucking goes to prison forever. And holy shit, that's a crazy, crazy, crazy vision. And this is not to tell you, you guys, when I say these things, it is not, this is what's happening. It's not, I do not see the future. Okay. That is not at all. I get messages, I get visions, and I have crazy intuition. And most of it is they're messages to nudge us in the direction of what we need to do. So when I say all of that, it doesn't mean that's how it's going to play out. It doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It doesn't mean any of it. But what it means is keep manifesting the abundance. Keep manifesting everything you want, because the universe gives us back what we put out. So what are you putting out? If you're going to sink down to their level, if you're going to put out fear, you're going to get fear. If you're going to put out fear, all of that fear is going to come true. And I think that that's where our purpose is in this, is that if we keep manifesting and we keep calling in abundance and we keep calling in the good, we can't override all of the bad. We can't overwrite all of the fear, but we can help suppress some of it. And hope and love will always burn brighter. and have access for others than the dark. And that's why they get so mad. The evil gets so mad, they get so angry, they get so reactful because we are a nightlight that they never turned on and they can't find the fucking switch. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like you're staying in an Airbnb and there's one fucking light on in the hallway and you cannot find that fucking switch anywhere. Nowhere. So everything is dark, but you can't sleep with that light on. You keep drifting over here and you almost get there, but then you get called back to that light. And you're like ready to fucking like what do you do? Do you cover it with a sweatshirt? Do you take out the light bulb? What do you do? Because there's no switch to turn it off. We are a nightlight. If your vibration's up here, you are a nightlight in the evil that they never fucking wanted. And see, remember, shame can't grow in the dark. They have built their entire empire on shame. Their entire empire. So if there is a nightlight, then little by little, shame is dissipating. It's why they can't stop trolling us. They're looking for the switch to turn us off, and they won't find it because there is not one. I didn't talk about my manifestation at all, but you guys, I feel very complete right now in this. Like, I feel like whatever the message was that I was supposed to get out there, I feel like it's out there, and I feel very, very complete in this message. So I'm going to end this right here.